Okay. Vita. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from. What's happening, fight fans around the world? I know how y'all are. I know y'all enjoy this thing of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked. Because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always ready. Wide open. Ready to go. It's called.
Roy Jones Jr., I'm just finna get into it. Roy Jones Jr. calls out Floyd Mayweather to fight. I think it was released on Fight Hype. He basically, sat there and said, look, since you dropping subliminals, I'm gonna drop subliminals. I'm here, wide open. All you gotta do is call me, and I'm ready. And I'm like, oh. Roy, don't do this, man. Like, don't do this. And I know what Roy is doing, right? If they are to fight, that's gonna be like a mega, I won't say mega fight, but it'll people will tune in, bro. People would tune into that little exhibition. I think that exhibition would do numbers. But my thing is this. Roy is older than Floyd, I believe. I think Roy is in his 50s. And Floyd is like 48 or something. Like, he close to 50. These two dudes don't need to be in the ring. You know what I mean? Roy is a shell of himself. And look, Roy Jones Jr., when he was at his peak, he had boxing in a chokehold. Like, even before, like, I really got into boxing, he was one of the first, like, one of the group of fighters I started watching in boxing, to keep it 1,000. So to watch him and then watch him fall from grace. I remember when he lost to Antonio Tarver. Like, everybody in the fight party, because we was watching it in Huntsville, Texas, and at a little, like, hole in the wall, little party. We had a little party, man, and it was quiet in there. Boys was, because everybody was like, man, Roy gonna win. It was quiet. Now, unfortunately, Floyd has never had those moments where you quiet because you watch Floyd lost. Some people say he lost to Castillo, but, it is what it is. I think otherwise. I think Floyd did enough to win that fight. I just think it was close. Floyd was just dominating guys. When you have a close fight, oh, he lost. You know what I mean? They did that with Madonna. That's why he rematched him and whooped him. You know what I mean? But all I'm saying at the end of the day, to be truthful, is that I don't want to see Roy get hands put on him, bro. And Floyd not gonna knock him out. Let's just be clear about that. Floyd will box circles around him at this day and age. And I just think that these two dudes need to sit down and talk about it, man. Right? The last time we seen Roy fight against Mike Tyson, he was in the ring holding on for dear life. You know what I mean? He even said he was tired when he fought Mike Tyson. So, him getting in there with Floyd, who still looks to be in tip-top shape. I won't say tip-top shape, but he in shape. He gonna box circles around Roy. Roy gonna try to sit there, and Floyd just gonna be in and out on him. Pause. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. He gonna get Roy. Matter of fact, I could see a technical knockout. I could see a technical knockout where the ref just kind of wave his hand. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you. I definitely could see that. Because Roy would get tired. You know what I mean? Because Floyd is smart, man. Like... But it's just funny that, like, these two gentlemen are, like, going at each other like this, bro. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That these two gentlemen are doing the things that they doing. You know what I mean? But I just hope that they're able to resolve this by talking. You know what I'm saying? Because You know, if they get in the ring, I got Floyd all day. I think Floyd will box circles around this man, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna cap. I think he box circles around this man, bro. Real talk. You feel me? So, like I said before, man, hopefully these dudes could talk it out. But if they do have to fight, you know, which I don't think Floyd will entertain it, because Floyd about money, right? If Floyd do an exhibition, it's about money. And he look at the numbers, he like, how much money would he if I fight him? And they say, oh man, you can possibly do X $1 million. And he able to see the dollar signs, he might do it. He might approach Roy and, you know, be like, hey, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, I don't want these dudes to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, but we'll see. You know, we'll see. But y'all let me know what y'all think, Boss Count.